As the board chair, she's here, and Brandy Paw from is it secretary or
District clerk.
Clerk. Okay, as a clerk. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it, because this is kind of a, it's a good thing. We're going through our budget process, and we come across some monies that actually belongs to the school. It was given to us by FEMA, and we had basically had it in an account where we weren't aware of. So, in order to make that right, we called a meeting tonight to authorize that money, which is $10,185.67 that FEMA gave us to give that to the school. Our options are, we either give it to the school or we give it back to the federal government.
Well,
So, what do we have here for discussion?
there's no discussion.
There's no discussion. I move that we write a check for $10,185.67 to give to Fromberg School.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to give this money to the Fromberg School. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. So at this time, I would like to present a check to the school, to whoever would like to, Mrs. Paw.
Yep.
Thank you.
Does all my books.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, do we have any public comment? Yes.
So I'm Kristin Bauwens, I'm the chairwoman of the school board in Fromberg, been on the school board for 10 years now. It was my understanding, I saw a claim to Fromberg schools on a special agenda. So I texted my superintendent, because she's responsible to the school board, so is my district clerk, Brandy. I asked her, I said, what's that claim to the school? Because I knew nothing about it. Tim, she told me you approached her on Friday.
Yes.
After school, and asked for that money to return, for the school to donate back to the town. Which I'm pretty appalled by. Let me finish. I get 3 minutes. I am appalled by it because I'm not just responsible as a school board member, as the chairwoman, I'm not responsible just for the town of Fromberg. I'm responsible for the Fromberg School District voting. That district line cuts off at the cemetery at Rockville, and our district line cuts off at the rest area up here by Bridger. I'm responsible to these farmers also. And if I'm going to go and pass a mill levy this year, because that's the plan, Fromberg has not passed a mill levy for 12 years since we put our new boiler system in. And if I go and pass a mill levy and the local farmers catch wind, or the town of Edgar catch wind that I donated $10,000 back to the town of Fromberg, they'll deny our mill levy because obviously we have money. Yes, we live budget to budget. We have certain budgets we can work in, certain budgets where we can move money around. Our school had a lot of damage done to it during the flood. And we had attorney costs on top of it because of the 2 volunteers who were paid out by the town of Fromberg calling the Billings Gazette and having us slammed on the front page because we did a 14-day notice to vacate. You and I both signed off on this, Tim. We decided in the June 23rd, 2022 school board meeting that there needed to be a notice to vacate so we could get on with our school year, so our kids would have normalcy coming back from a flood. We had damage to our gym floor, that's why, and we had wages. Jeremy, who was our maintenance man, his own house flooded, and he was up at the school dealing with the flood, the relief shelter, because he was our maintenance man, plus trying to take care of his own home. Our art teacher was up there dealing with things. Her whole place flooded. And so I'm talking about wages of staff, and we're still enduring the costs. Thank God for the Hickok family, and thank God for Tammy for donating the paint to repaint our gym, and Tammy donating the supplies, and we're paying Tammy to do it. It's coming out of our costs, the school district. We had to replace our washer and dryer up in the gym, and of course we use a Maytag, Queen Speed, whatever, because it's a gym, and we gotta wash uniforms and stuff. We had a huge hole, dent, in our floor. Half of our stage was broke that we had to fix. And thank God Jeremy is equipped to do all that stuff. But then I had to pay my janitor at that time that was doing the gym to go and clean every day and put aside the summer projects that we do every year. And so, I mean, we were up to close to $14,000. Our utility bill increased by $2,500. This, our electric bill that month. Our average electric for the whole school is like $4,200 a month.
Yep.
And we ended up paying $6,500 that month in electric bill. So, I mean, we endured a lot, the school did. And what chaps my butt, to be honest with you, is attorney costs. $700 to an attorney to write a letter. That came from our new superintendent, Dennis Skirke, at the time, because we were awful people. The Fromberg School Board was awful people for making the citizens get out of our gym so we could get football practice started and get our kids back into a normal school. And so I should not have to talk to Jeff and Kyle on a Sunday morning at 6:30 in the morning because we hit the front page of the Billings Gazette. So you got to think about those things. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your comments. I would say I have got an education about the budget from the school. Your superintendent was kind enough to educate me on how much of the budget goes to wages and how much you actually do. But we're trying to, as a town, come up with money so we can fix our water system. Or fix down there for the river.
I'm going to be honest with you, there's grant money.
But
Apply for grant money. That's how we got the football field lights. Fromberg's never had football field lights. Grants. That's how we pay for our principal in our elementary and our school counselors through grant money.
that's what we're working on. Yes. But no, I am glad that we've got it. I'm glad that we can give it to you, and I'm glad that you can use it. You know, as a town, you know, we could have also used it, but I'm glad that you can. So, that's just the way it kind of works. I had to ask.
I don't think that you're giving it to them. I think that that is something that they lost and it's being repaid from FEMA to the school.
That
Town
is
of Fromberg is not giving that money to the school. That is their bill for what damages.
Excuse me, have you got, what's your name?
Tammy Lynn. I'm sorry, it just makes me mad, Tim, the way you're saying that. That's
Well,
baloney.
I'm just glad that they can get the money.
But
that
you're
they
not
can.
giving it to them. They presented a bill to you as the town of Fromberg.
Yes.
Actually, what had happened was our previous superintendent filed a claim with FEMA. FEMA came to our school and assessed all the damage.
Yes.
That money went to you and was ear tagged as Fromberg School District.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually didn't, it wasn't supposed to go into your
Why
guys' bank
would
at all.
FEMA, I'm sorry.
County Commissioner
FEMA.
Commissioner Miller called me when I was on the phone and said, Kristin, there's this application that your superintendent needs to do since you're on the road for work, because I work out of town for work, and said, you need to get it done ASAP, get your clerk to do a bill, you know, and I'm like, well, we can't go back and figure out wages and stuff, we haven't seen all of our bills yet, what we paid, so we just did a rough estimate. Brandy did a rough estimate for us. Dennis applied, FEMA came and said, and Commissioner Miller could quote me on this probably, is that he's like, it will go to the town. FEMA will reimburse the town. It'll be ear tape for the Fromberg school, and the town of Fromberg will write the check to Fromberg Public Schools. And that is your guys' money for having the shelter in place
And
at the
that's
school.
what we have done.
Yeah. But how long ago? How long has that money been sitting? And it took a DES investigation, audit to find it? Because you told my superintendent, Tim, that your clerk found it. And
Yeah.
that's a lie. DES did an audit and they found it.
Well, they did not find receipt. It wasn't until our clerk got into it and looking for it to figure out where it was at. Regardless of that, you've got it.
I just want
And
you to be
I'm just-
responsible to these
I'm
citizens
just
of the town.
glad that you're happy that you're getting it.
Well, yeah.
So,
And Tim, all I'm asking is you to be responsible to the town of Fromberg. I'm responsible to all the taxpayers in the Fromberg School District.
yes,
I'm responsible. The superintendent's responsible to the board, the district clerk, is responsible to the board, not responsible. Jennifer does not, Jennifer makes recommendations to the board, but we have the final say. The school board does. And I'm responsible to this whole Fromberg school district, not just the town of Fromberg,
Yeah.
like you are. And I want you to
Well-
be honest with your citizens.
Yeah, that's why the
It's
council had to
depressing.
vote on this tonight.
Yeah, I'm depressed, Tim, because I grew up here. I've been here for 42 years. I went to school in Fromberg. It's my heart and soul, that school district.